Hello and welcome back to day 2 of Dark Week, a week where we are going through different Dark replays and catching back up with our favorite Rocket League Mechanical Pioneer. Dark is going to immediately start with more than we could ever hope for, with the wall dash to get speed up the side wall into that aerial play. But a ton happens here early in this replay that I want you guys to check out. Specifically this right here, this single jump 180 on the goal line in order to turn around. We talked about it a little bit, I think even during his show match, how he's trying to incorporate stuff like that. He's doing it with dashes often, but obviously you can also do it with just a nice single jump when you keep your nose connected to the ground for that 180, and then of course a nasty double reset. This replay starts off really hot, but I do want to remind you guys that it is important to go check out Dark on Twitch. Another thing that I decided to do for Dark Week is for every 100 subscribers that I get and Twitch followers that Dark gets, I'm going to donate $10 to Dark. He has a broken controller right now, according to what he said when he was playing in his show match, so I think we'll get around enough, if not a little bit more, to maybe get him a new controller if that's what he wants to spend it on. So that's what we're doing here. 7 straight days of Dark, and this is day number 2. He started off on this replay, to be fair, a little bit ahead of time. I said I was going to go in chronological order when they happened. Here's another one of those 180s that he's doing for style, and I think a big part of Dark is that he does lots of things for style and then eventually for function, or finds ways to get them into a functional use at some point. That one was purely style as Nermi goes to the ceiling. But as I was saying, we decided to go out of order instead of going chronologically. This one happened actually fairly recently because I got so excited about this replay. Oh my goodness, so close on those dashes to set it all up in the corner. And now he's been doing a ton of retreating. Here it almost seemed like he was trying to set up a fake in and out of the net. He got Nermi to miss, and it seemed like a bad defensive play, but with Nermi missing, he was still around. I'll send this one to the backboard with 0 boost. Is it possible to talk about the games when you're watching Dark? Or sorry, I should say, it's impossible to talk about anything but the games because so much is happening on every single moment of Dark gameplay that we could truly break down like 30 seconds of it for a whole video, but we can't. First off, that was the weirdest thing I've ever saw. Dark just stopped moving for a second. I don't know if he checked his phone because he got bored, but he normally doesn't slow down at all. And now he's going to go for a full field dribble. A pogo all the way from the backboard. Uses the flip to go to the top of Nermi. It's not going to go in clean out of the air. Wait, is he going to go in at all? No, it isn't. It isn't. Dark gets bumped back. A very good pool shot save as Dark swings so wide back into his net and then comes flying back in for a challenge. I mean, I still don't think it's the right call to give that much space, but clearly Nermi did not get their dribble set up quick enough to be able to handle the quick challenge that Dark loves to give. Kickoff win for Dark as he takes up an air dribble over the top of Nermi. Got bumped, but it does look like it's going to fall directly in as he buys himself a bit of cushion halfway through this ranked game. Dark trying to find the angle off the kickoff, using some wall dashes to get back to it. As I mentioned before, a lot of the crazy action you see from Dark is a lot of ball cam toggling at times when it certainly isn't necessarily adding anything. It's a nice double reset. So it's almost as if he's expecting people to watch from his perspective and wants to give them the biggest show because it seems so much more chaotic when he's toggling it every single second. There's a super clean zap dash into a demo, a couple wall dashes to get back out to the midfield, and then chip off the backboard double. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous from Dark. And normally players getting a demo on the goal line, they're going to try and turn directly on the play. Not Dark. He's going to dash his way all the way out to the midfield, grab the 100, dash his way back, and then, okay, this happens sometimes though. Gets a little overzealous. Forgot that he was playing a ranked game and that he couldn't just go around hitting as many wall dashes as possible. Kickoff goal, essentially directly going to go in. Nice pre-flip. Nermi actually does get the save. The wall dash, or sorry, the zap dash to pre-flip. Almost converted on that goal. And here's, some of the downsides of the way Dark likes to play. He loves the walls. He loves the speed he can gain from them. But he cannot swing that wide very often in defense and get away with it. Kickoff loss sends him back into his corner. There's another example of him flying across the net when he very likely should have stayed shadowed on that near side post. But of course, he has a big lead, and so it seems like he's maybe relaxed here a little bit with 1:15 left to go. A little bit more than that before that last goal, but a pretty considerable lead. Maybe he thinks he's comfortable with it, and he can get fancy now. But a couple kickoff losses could spell some trouble for him. A kickoff loss plus a whiff, I should say, because by all means he could have been just fine if he had not jumped past the play there. Is this kickoff goal directly in? No, it's crossbar and post. As Dark using another one of those quick turn wave dashes. And I actually think really quick, we're going to go check and see what that looks like from Nurmi's perspective, because I swear it is a surprising turn. Dark, yeah, I mean, you know, we know what's coming, so I think it's a little bit less surprising, but Nurmi behind the ball, just trying to set up that dribble. All of a sudden, Dark is coming in at full speed. It's a little bit telegraphed with the wave dash, or sorry, the single jump into wave dash. You know, you have an idea that Dark could be maybe trying to turn back and dash with how high his single jump is. But even then, he's still had a ton of success with it. Pogo shot is going off the backboard. Nurmi actually in the perfect spot to get the follow-up save as well. Dark going to have to leave out to the midfield. And he does this a ton. Considering how much he toggles ball cam, it surprises me that when he leaves the play, he's fortunate that that didn't go in, that he'll keep ball cam off for really long. I actually think it's another one of the things that Dark could probably adjust if he wanted to get better reads of the play. When he decides he wants to leave, he all of a sudden keeps ball cam off for a very long time, goes into a set, you know, guaranteed few second rotation. He just got Nurmi to own goal. He just got Nurmi to own goal on the kickoff, but is making no adjustments or no reads during that time. And, you know, if you're a crazy ball cam spammer, maybe you could get away with spamming it a few times. It'd be hard for us to watch, but you might as well put it on at least a little bit. But hey, it's going to be a wall to air dribble reset for Dark, and he's going to win by 2 in this first game of this video. But we got another one, another replay coming up for day number 2. Game number 2 of day number 2 of Dark Week. Reminder, go check out Dark on Twitch as he gets a kickoff goal. Every follower there and subscriber here will lead towards financially supporting Dark. Hopefully we can get him enough controllers that can actually handle this barrage he likes to give them. And I saw somebody commented on the first video that they actually went and subbed to Dark. I said you should give Twitch Primes if you can. I mean, if you want a tier 1 sub as well, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. And there's no question right now that he, oh, great dash at the sidewall. He saw the early challenge coming, got that extra speed, and of course, the finish with the pogo. But there's no question that he is, you know, one of the most intriguing players out there right now. And I bet in a lot of ways, keeping people excited about the game. We can all appreciate that as Rocket League fans. Interesting, his classic setup on the sidewall, wave dash in order to get speed, but he actually used it just to cut completely across the field and try and reset the dribble on the other side. Not going to be able to get away with that as easily, as it is massively telegraphed while you travel across the entire field. Dark looking for multiple resets. Wants the third. Oh my goodness. Freddy is just sitting and watching. Freddy's just hoping, you know, certainly the ball has to come down eventually. But it never does. It never does. It's a 3-1 lead. Yeah, this is one of the things that I talked about it before, and I'm just going to mention it again because I do like to use the phrase. I think a ton of people may use it as well, but getting stuck in an animation. We used it, me and my friends, I don't think we came up with it or anything, but it referred to classic sports games. You know, one of the reasons why we don't love classic sports games is you go for a shot or go for some move and you get, oh, that's a great wave dash catch. You get stuck in the animation of doing that move, and it feels like it happens forever, like 5 seconds, and you're, oh, I need to get out of this, I need to adjust to the play, but you're stuck in the animation. Dark definitely has that. He has that even though that doesn't exist in Rocket League. But he decides he's going to start set up these wave dashes and going back to the back corner, and he gets stuck in his animation and doesn't bail from it, and then he needs to. The net is open. He should be able to recognize that, but he's so committed to just finishing what he started that he doesn't make the right adjustment. So nice read. Wall dash pinch to set it up onto the ceiling. He saw that Freddy was taking it into the corner, and he decided to use that as a pass. And got a ton of power. Maybe for Freddy, you got to avoid putting the ball right on the top of the curve from the ground, where the ground meets the wall. That's exactly where Dark loves to play. And he's begging for an opportunity to get a little ground pinch there. Interesting 50 attempts. Dark tried to get really high on the ball. There's that 180 own goal. You know, it might not always be in someone else's net, but it's always going to be entertaining. a useless 180 dash, and then what does he use it for? He uses it to score on his own net because he just can't resist it. I think he was trying to get the save, to be fair. Air dribble bump. Couldn't get around it. I mean, he did. I guess he did get around it, but not enough to get the save. Dark. Seems like he wanted a demo. I think he thought Freddy was going to go up the back wall, and then even when he didn't, he tried to search for him on that ground level. Never once really getting close, and from Freddy's POV, I'm sure it felt like a very silly play. He just rolled it directly at the net, and it worked out. Big kickoff from Dark. Get to a possession that Freddy is going to meet in the air, but the 50 goes directly in. There's that goal explosion practice that Dark is such a big proponent of. Dark at ceiling heights. Not going to be able to get anything going here. Try to pop it around Freddy. Dash quickly. Couldn't get out of the way. This time he does pop over the top of Freddy. Going to the backboard. Can he get the double? He can. It's clean. Freddy could not get the interception. Punishments for following Dark into the back corner. You certainly can't wait on the goal line, but you also can't chase him down, as that's what he's begging for. He's begging for an opportunity to use his speed to his advantage. Demo, zap dash. Oh my goodness. There are great exhibitions at times, just showing why it's so useful to be able to dash. This time he takes it all the way down the side wall, both getting the demo and converting on it in a way that certainly if you took that exact path that he took, you would not be able to do without dashes. Maybe if you had just taken it straight to the net, you'd been just fine. It's going to be a pogo shot. The backflip touches it. It actually was out. I think it was crossbar and out, but Freddy taps it in. 9-5, fake kickoff. Freddy reads this one. So Dark forced in and out of the nets. Of course, it's going to be a zap dash back to the ball. And Freddy stuck stagnant at midfield. Can't handle it. The ground pinch. Ooh. It's not on target, and not even the zap dash will save him, as Freddy able to grab the boost. This is one of those things that Dark likes to do. In fact, he didn't challenge there. A 90-degree turn, setting up his wave dashes, but he actually played them slow. Goes to show that maybe you could play those dashes two different ways. You know, you can single jump and then kind of almost cancel the dash in order to make someone think you're challenging but not move. You could also do that 90-degree turn dash that he loves to do as well. He's going to play this one away from Freddy. And can he get the pinch on the ground? No, he can't. He goes too high. And this ball will roll in for a sixth. But with a minute left to go, it seems clear this is when Dark starts to get fancy with it. You know, he's decided he probably has his win, and he just wants to see what else he can do. As if it wasn't every single moment of the game that's what Dark's doing. But he did not read that Freddy was going chip off the wall. Dark was prepping for a roll up the side wall that he was going to intercept. And so it's a good play from Freddy to go for the chip and catch Dark off guard. I don't think Dark really read that delay. I think he was just taking a regular kickoff, and he cannot quite find the angle. He's had so many close calls. Fake challenge here from Dark. Freddy actually put a bunch of space on the ball and baited Dark in. This air dribble gets stopped. And Dark run it up even more. Counterattack bit wide. Freddy just left the net open though. Crossbar down, not in. Interesting decision from Freddy not to cover, especially late. But that is going to be a forfeit at 10-7. So there are your two replays of Dark Week Day 2. Hopefully you guys continue to turn in for the rest of it.